Lately, I have been asked so many times of how to take inspired action. Have you been so busy lately that you don't even remember why you are in business? Do you sometimes feel so stressed out that you don't know why you are doing this? Or are you sometimes lacking of inspiration? There are a couple of things that stop you from taking inspired action. Let me tell you some of the reasons. Reason 1. You are lacking of a clear daily routine that gives you more productivity and freedom. If you are procrastinating, feel overwhelmed and work the whole day, but still feel you aren't able to get anything done, it's a clear sign you are lacking of a lifestyle with a structure. Don't worry, I'm not a big fan of boring routines either. For me, it needs to be fun. And this is exactly where my last podcast episode comes in. In my last podcast episode, I explained how you manage to create a fun lifestyle with freedom and productivity by having a daily structure. So, if you are struggling with any of these problems, like feeling overwhelmed, procrastinating, feeling stressed, and so on, then please make sure to really check out my last episode. And you can also download my free productivity and freedom guide. So in there you will also get my routine and you can adjust it to yourself, and you will also get really good tips that will help you to really get your priorities right. Reason 2. You are not taking care of yourself. Probably this is because you are lacking of a clear routine that gives you more freedom, brings results, and finally frees up a huge amount of time to have hobbies and also take care of yourself. So you see that if you don't have a clear routine that gives you more productivity and also freedom in life, that will make you so much more productive and frees up so much more space, then it's hard to find time to take care of yourself. And when you actually find time to take care of yourself, that's where the best productivity and inspiration sets in. And that's how you feel happy and abundant. And that's also how you are able to really grow your business. So, no, you don't need to hustle every day to get results in your business. It's the opposite way. So, you will grow so much faster if you start taking things more slow. If you are drained of energy by sitting in front of the computer the whole day, it's no wonder why you feel you cannot take inspired action. Now, the third reason for all of this is you don't even know anymore why you are in business, or you have never even known it at the start. So you really want to make sure that you know why you are in business and what or why you do this for. This is the whole reason why you started this business. So the why, this is the reason why you started. And how do you want to feel inspired if you don't even have something inside you that triggers you to shoot for the stars? If there is no intrinsic desire, so something that really triggers your emotions, like making the world a better place or building something for your children, but only extrinsic desire, like earning lots of cash, driving a fast car, getting super nice fancy clothes, your motivation and discipline will slow down. It will burn out after a couple of months, and this is what will also happen with you. So you would also burn out after a couple of months, or if you are not noticing it, then it will happen after a few years. And if you are totally lost in autopilot, you might wake up after many years of doing this hustling, not even knowing why you are doing this, and suddenly start asking yourself, how the hell did I end up like this? So start learning more about yourself and remember why you even started your business. And with this message, you can even go out and attract people that are similar, that are like-minded. So you will even have so much more fun in business if you actually know your why and if you also communicate your why. Now, probably you're wondering why I'm telling you all these reasons. So let's go back in a time when I felt totally lost, unfulfilled, and I was not able to take inspired action anymore. So actually there have been two phases in my life where I felt like this, where I felt lost and unfulfilled, and I couldn't really take any inspired actions anymore. And I also felt really lost, and I also felt in the first phase, I also felt like I wasn't good enough. So the first time it started when I was in my apprenticeship. And when I was in my apprenticeship, I only started it because when I was about 19, you are still a bit like kind of framed by your parents. And so my problem was I did an apprenticeship as a makeup artist, but it's like not an official job title. So when you listen to your parents and you just don't have any energy left, you will just do whatever it is to kind of please them and make them happy, because, you know, at the end they are still your parents. You want them to be like happy and proud of you. So when I was at this age, I already was pretty like kind of stubborn. I have always been like this, and I have always tried to do whatever I feel is right and what I feel is justice. But then I was so kind of lost in this guidance that I felt, yeah, okay, I'm just going to do an apprenticeship that's kind of an official job title. So this was when I became a graphic designer, or when I started becoming a graphic designer. And I started to work in an advertising agency. And I had my apprenticeship as a makeup artist. It was done, and I already started working on it as a side hustle, like as a side job. And my main job was working as a makeup artist. And the fun thing was, like, before I actually went in this apprenticeship, I made like 400 euros with working just 4 hours for MAC Cosmetics. So with like 4 hours a month, I was already at 400 euros. And then I kind of exchanged this and bound myself to like an 8, 9, maybe even 10 or 12 hour job. And I got the same money. So it's a bit weird to really like go from working 4 hours per month plus so much more free time for own jobs I actually got in myself, to something where I couldn't make more than 400 euros a month, because I already was working like from morning till evening. And the money problem was not even what bothers me most, but after a while I felt like there's not much to do for me. So either there was too much work, but it was totally uninspired work, or it was just no work at all. So I kind of sat there, and either I was bored or I tried to just educate myself with online tutorials. And also, like, there was like this one employee who was who was the advertising, the head of advertising. And the problem was with him that he actually was not really a nice person, and he also like told you really bad stuff like about yourself, and he also like stole your ideas and pretended it was his idea, and whenever you kind of landed a job he wanted, he was kind of envious. And so it was like a not really a nice workplace. So it made me feel like totally overworked, and at the same time I was not really doing anything where I was able to grow. So I was bored and overwhelmed at the same time. And that was like the first time in my life when I felt totally drained of energy and not good enough, because I decided to quit this apprenticeship. And then I sat there in our apartment and I felt like I'm not good enough, and everyone else is better than me. They all have jobs, they're going to study, the friends I had, and so on. So I felt like really bad. But since I'm like kind of a person who likes to do stuff and takes action, I quickly kind of recovered from it and then started my own makeup artist business full time. But then, we went to Malta, and I had to start kind of fresh. So when I started fresh, I wasn't able to actually build a makeup artist business anymore, because the culture in Malta is so different. And I wasn't really happy with what I would have needed to do as a makeup artist, because it was just not my style. So then I switched careers and I switched from makeup artist to my hobby, which was image editing, so professional retouching for beauty and fashion images. And then I was building this business, and after even a couple of months I already started coaching people in it. I was working for big magazines like Elle and Glamour, clients like Mercedes, Dior, and also like big supermodels. But then, like, the more and more I went into this, the more and more I kind of lost myself, and I even didn't notice it at the start. But then there were like these two things happening in my life. So the one thing was, on my birthday, it was 2016, I fell. Like, we were walking on the Via Appia in Rome, and I was just watching nature, so it made me stumble because the rocks are not really straight on the road. So then I fell and I broke several bones in my wrist, and it was on my left hand, and I needed it for retouching since I'm left-handed. So I wasn't able to work anymore. And in the same year, my boyfriend also had a tumor in his head, so he could have died on it. So it was like an emergency surgery he had because it was discovered too late. So there were like these two big things happening in my life. And then, since I wasn't able to retouch anymore, I really took like a half a year break of anything. And then I kind of started to notice that I lost myself over the years, that I didn't really want to do retouching anymore, because for me it was like superficial, and I wanted to do something in the world that really empowers and inspires people. And I was not happy with only retouching. What I wanted to do is, like, in my coaching, I wanted to empower people and help them to grow their business and also take care of themselves. So that was the point in my life where I started to become actually like a spiritual business coach. And at the same time, I also found myself again, finally, through yoga. And that was like where a big change came in. And that was also the first time where I started questioning my why. And I really don't want this, like, all this stuff, all these struggles, all this burnout, all this feeling of being not worthy enough, not good enough, or feeling unfulfilled and lost. I don't want this to happen to you. So really make sure that you take enough time for yourself to reflect and feel why you are doing this. And if you feel that this isn't right for you anymore, then just stop and start something new. So there have been so many times in my life when I started all new, And I kind of threw away my retouching business, even though it was becoming successful. You can do this anytime in life. Whenever you feel lost or unfulfilled and you feel like it doesn't really match your why and your values anymore, then don't worry, just start over, start fresh, and it will give you so much amazing energy. So at the end, like after I did my half a year break, we launched our company. Well, at this time it wasn't actually a company. At this time it was like a 2 and later on a 3 people show kind of. So we started our business as which is called Coachy. So it's like a membership platform to build your own online school. And now we are a company. Like 3 years later we were a company, and 4 years later now we have like 6 people working full time in this company, and we are making like a 7-figure revenue. So it's like after all this happened and I started to reflect and think about my why and try to match what I did in my life with my values, it all started to really lift off. And also I started to work as a spiritual business coach. And since then, since I matched everything with my values, my why, and also really started taking care of myself, everything kind of fell into place. And it's when I finally let go of the old me, that's when my business really exploded kind of. So I really want to make sure that you really take care and consider all of the reasons I gave you at the start. And after I told you a bit of my story, I hope you understand why this is so important. So like reason 1 is the clear daily routine that gives you more productivity and freedom. Reason 2, why you feel not inspired and why you don't even remember anymore why you started and feel stressed, is that you don't take care of yourself. And the reason 3 is that you might not know why you even started your business, or you never had a why probably. So these are the 3 reasons. And now I really want you to grab a piece of paper and journal some things down. So journal about what your business means to you and why have you built it. How do you want to serve? What is the purpose of your business? And what solution do you give others? What problem do you solve? Do you remember the day you decided to start your business, and what was the reason for it? How did you feel back then? So all these questions, I will put them in the show notes, and then write it all down, sit with it, take like 1 day, take 20 minutes, take a week or even a few months, whatever it is that the time you need, it will be so worth it to discover all of this. And also write down what your values are. So if you want some more help with that, then really make sure to get my guide and go in a bit deeper with the guide. You can download it when checking the show notes. And if you are a female entrepreneur who feels stressed and is perfectionistic, and if you really want to show up more authentic in life, and if you want to start to really rock your life, grow your business, and live a healthy life, hop on a complimentary coaching call with me and let's dig deeper and unfold your inner Ariel rockstar. So I created a system to grow your business, go deeper with your clients, and also create joy, fulfillment, and freedom in your life. So I'm inviting you to hop on a complimentary coaching call with me so we can really unfold your inner Ariel rockstar so you can start rocking your life, growing your business, and live healthy. So wishing you all the best, and really make sure to journal everything down. And I really look forward to meeting you in a complimentary coaching call.